Hello and welcome everyone. Morning stretching while trying to learn the key data of a Royal Albert Hall in London in the United Kingdom. The exercises are adjusted for me, so if you follow along, do it at your own pace and it's also at your own risk. So the first thing is the name. It's the Royal Albert Hall and it is the location in London, in South Kensington, in the United Kingdom. United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The first exercise, the feet are more than shoulder width apart. Breathe in through the nose, breathe more in and out through the mouth. And in and out. And again in and out. And in and out. In, out. And the last time. Close. The Royal Albert Hall is in London in the UK. And the next thing is what it's used for. It is used as a concert hall. And there are over 360 shows per year in this concert hall. And these shows are, for example, classical music, rock and pop concerts, ballet performances, film presentations with live score, and award ceremonies or other things for events, banquets, charity, I don't know what it's called, for school events or something else. The next exercise. The feet are a bit closer than a moment ago, but more than shoulder width apart. The arms go up, breathe in, and to the side. And breathe in, and open the rib cage. And out. And again in. And into the middle. And out. The other side. And breathe again. Open the rib cage. And out. And again in. And back. The Royal Albert Hall is in London in the United Kingdom. And it's used as a concert hall with different genres for classical music, ballet performances, rock and pop concerts, school events, charity galas, banquets, and film presentations with live score or other things. And it has over 390 shows per year. And the next thing is, the construction started. It was in 1867 and it was completed in 1871. So, 4 years. 1867 and 1871. Next exercise. The feet are together. You breathe in and bring the arms up. And out and one arm goes down. And then breathe in and reach to both sides. And up and out. And again in. And out. And breathe in and reach again. And out. The Royal Albert Hall is in London in the UK. It was built, the construction start was in 1867 and it was completed in 1871, 4 years later. And it's used as a concert hall for rock and pop concerts, ballet performances, school events, award ceremonies, and other things. And the height, it is 41 meters high, and a length of 83 meters and a width of 72 meters. So 41 meters high, 83 length and 72 wide. 83 length, 72 wide. The next exercise, the feet are quite far apart. We breathe in and dive down. And now breathe always slowly and deep in and expand the lungs and stretch the muscles from the inside. And out. And breathe into the chest, not so much in the tummy, more in the chest. And out. And again in. And out to the first leg to the side. and again in, and out, and again in, and out, change to the other leg, and again in, and out, and again in, back into the middle, and out. And now breathe in, and breathe out and come back with a round back, one vertebra at a time, and a backward shoulder roll at a time. The Royal Albert Hall is in London in the UK. It is used as a concert hall for classical music, but also for rock and pop music, ballet performances, award ceremonies, school events, banquets, and charity galas. It has a height of 41 meters, a length of 83 meters, and a width of 72 meters. The construction start was in 1867 and completed in 1871. And the form, it is slightly elliptical. So that's the form. So it's a bit elliptical. It has a length of 83 meters and a width of 72 meters. So it's not completely a circle. A circle would all be the same. But this is 83 meters and 72, so it's a bit closer. An ellipse is basically a circle, but it's a bit smaller to all sides. An egg is almost an ellipse. So it's not a circle, but a bit stouched. An egg is not an ellipse because one side of the part of the air bubble is a bit bigger than the pointy end. An egg is an oval. But this Royal Albert Hall is an ellipse, and it has a glass and wrought-iron dome. And we go to the next exercise. So the dome, so it's an ellipse, and then it has a dome, and this dome is made of glass and wrought-iron. Now the feet together, we breathe in and dive down. And now the same. We breathe deep in into the chest and expand the lungs and stretch the muscles from the inside and out. And breathe deep in and out. And again in and out. And again in and out. And again in and out, and we come up with a round back, one vertebra of the spine at a time, and then with a backward shoulder roll at the top. And it has a capacity of 5,272 seats. It was planned for 12,000 people, but safety guidelines have reduced it to 5,272. So it has a capacity of 5,272. 5,272. The next exercise is the garland pose. The feet are pointing outwards and they are round, two hand width apart between the heels. We breathe in, bring the arms up, then go down in a straight line. And now put the elbows against the insides of the knees. We breathe in and try to be as tall as we can and as straight with the back as we can. And now out, and we go back. And breathe deep in. And out, back into the garland pose. And breathe deep in. Try to be again as straight as you can. And out, back. Breathe in. And out, back into the garland pose. And now breathe in. And if you can, without injuring yourself, you can come up in one straight line. And the next is, it is the venue for the BBC Proms. And the BBC Proms are a 2-month-long phase where around 70 classical music concerts are made, most of them happening inside the Royal Albert Hall. So the first foot stands with the toes pointing forward. Do this only if you can do it without injuring yourself. And the other leg comes over it with the heel over the knee. Breathe in and out, go down. So the BBC concerts are 8 weeks long every summer, and there are around 70 concerts happening every day, more than one every day, and a lot of them are inside the Royal Albert Hall. BBC Proms is organized by the BBC. The BBC is a British Broadcasting Corporation, and they are a big radio and television broadcaster of Great Britain. And Proms is short for promenade. Promenade, I forgot the music or something. And these are, now with the other leg, heel over the knee and down. Promenade the music or something. These are concerts where the audience walks from one place where the music is played to the other. So the musicians are sitting or standing around the place, and the audience walks between them and listens to the music. Promenading, they walk between them. And that's why they are called BBC Proms. And the other thing is that it's made of wrought iron. So there is the ground with a length of 83 meters and 72 meters wide in elliptical form, and a dome on top which is 41 meters high. And this dome is made of glass and wrought iron. And wrought iron is a special type of iron. It has less carbon. Cast iron has 2% carbon, and wrought iron has only 0.05, only a 20th of carbon. So cast iron has 20 times more carbon in it than wrought iron, and that is made by heating this cast iron, and then the carbon goes out. And the advantage of wrought iron is that it can be better bent and is not as brittle as cast iron. And so this dome is made of glass, and this wrought iron, because wrought iron can be better bent than cast iron because it has less carbon. And now we do exercises from the beginning. We breathe in and out and go to the side. And breathe in and open the ribcage. And out, back into the middle. And again in. And out to the side. And again in. And out back into the middle. And it should have been originally named Central Hall of Arts and Science, but was then differently named by Queen Victoria in honor and in memory of her passed away husband 6 years earlier, Prince Albert. Prince Albert had in 1851 had to organize a great exhibition in the Hyde Park, which is also in London, pretty close to the Royal Albert Hall. He had helped to organize this, and there were a lot of things presented, machines and also art and music. And he had helped to organize this, and he had the idea to build this Royal Albert Hall, but he had died, and Queen Victoria named them this building in honor of him, Royal Albert Hall. And there is a short of time. Queen Victoria was, Alexandrina Victoria was the Queen of the United Kingdom from 1837 until 1901. So Queen Victoria. The London bus routes 952, 360, 452 and the N9, the night route, serves to the venues. So there are a couple of bus routes going to the Royal Albert Hall. The 952, 360, 452 and the N9. And also the nearest underground stations are, a really short time, Gloucester Road, High Street, Kensington, South Kensington and Knightsbridge. Last exercise, breathe in and out. And in and out. Breathe in and out. And in and out. And in. Close the legs and down. The Royal Albert Hall is in London in the UK. It has a dome made of glass and wrought iron, which is 41 meters high. It has an elliptical form, which is 83 meters length and 72 wide. It was a construction started in 1876 and ended in 1871. The underground station Knightsbridge, South Kensington and something else delivers to us the N9 right route. The out of time, 500 to 272 capacity. Thank you very much. Until next time.